My name is Shelly and I just got done renovating my 2001 travel trailer. It's 22 feet long. It's a Thor California Tahoe Lite and I'm loving the way it turned out, and I did a full video tour of the whole thing already that you can check out. The renovation took me about 3 months, working during my toddler's nap times and after he went to bed. I wanted to do a quick video just with some advice in it. Pug Chihuahua photobomb. This video basically goes over all the things I wish I would have done completely differently. I've never even owned a camper before, let alone renovating a camper, so I learned a lot through this process, and if you watch this video, hopefully you will not repeat the same mistakes that I made. So let's just go ahead and start. I'm going to now go through the list of things that I would do completely differently if I renovated another camper. These are my regrets, I guess. My number one regret, well, not my number one regret, but regret number one. I painted the entire interior of the camper white, which I would do again, but I would do it all at once if I had to do it over again. I would go through the effort of renting a paint sprayer or even buying a paint sprayer, taping off everything, putting up all those, plastic tarping and everything, and just spray down the entire interior after taping off. I think this would have saved me a lot of time. I think it would have been much more efficient if I had just, set aside a couple, well, probably 3 or 4 full days and devoted it just to painting. Because the way I did do it, I did probably an hour at a time. It just wasn't efficient. Regret number 2. The second thing I regret is that I didn't really know how old of a camper I wanted to buy. I did end up buying a 2001. It's not like it's, that bad. I just probably would go for somewhere in the 2006 to 2012 range if I had to do it over again, maybe even up to 2014. I would definitely buy a used camper again, and not one that was only a couple years old either. But there were so many little things that needed to be replaced that probably wouldn't have had to be replaced if the camper had just been maybe 5 years younger or so. Light switch covers that were all dinged up, just wear and tear. 5 years less of wear and tear would have been great, and I don't think that the price of the camper would have been that much different. Going back to paint, regret number 3 is I wish I wouldn't have painted the very bottom areas of the camper white, because when you actually go camping in a bright white camper, I don't think it gets all that dirty except for the very bottom area where your feet are kind of scuffing up against all the time. I would have either chosen a color, like a neutral color similar to the flooring. For example, the bottom part of the dinette where, your feet go, that part is just, it's already getting a little bit dirty, and who wants to get down there and just clean that all the time? Some people use this argument to say you shouldn't paint the inside of campers white at all, and I think that's a little bit silly, because it's not like you have muddy hands all over the place. It's just your feet from, you go hiking or whatever, you go out to the campfire and your feet are dirty. It's not really that big of a deal, but I would just paint the very bottom parts not white. Look at his face. Regret number 4. When I went to go see the camper, when I was trying to decide whether it was the camper I wanted to purchase or not, I didn't have a lot of free time. I had my toddler in tow. Part of the time when I was looking at the camper, he was actually, running around in the camper while I was talking to them, and they didn't mind because they have a toddler also, but you want to have your undivided attention and focus on this major purchase. The one thing that I kind of just glazed over, that I even knew at the time that I shouldn't, is looking for water damage. And the owner said that, it didn't have any and whatever, that he showed me one spot that he knew of. He didn't know about any of the other water damaged areas that I later found. I could have found them if I had been really focused on looking everywhere for water damage. There was some in the bathtub area that even like right when I got it home and looked at it a little bit more closely when I was at leisure, I noticed it right away. So it's not that I wouldn't have bought the camper, I just would have factored in that water damage into the price. So yeah, when you're looking at a camper, don't be in a rush. Don't have your toddler running around with, your attention divided. Even take a little time when the seller is not, talking, so that you can really think on your own and go through your own mental list without distraction. Regret number 5 is the couch. I think I did an okay job, recovering the couch, and I was so excited when I saw that cover at a thrift store with, just the perfect color and the perfect fabric and everything. But I think that if I had to do it over, I would actually replace the couch with something that is just really, really hip. And the reason for that is that a new couch that is light is generally going to be inexpensive. So you're not talking about like a $1,200 couch. These are like $300 couches, if that. If your goal for your camper is for it to be a really cool, renovated camper that looks really good, I think that that's totally worth it for the visual impact of having like a really cool looking couch in there. Alright, that's my whole list of regrets. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am really glad that a handful of people are actually watching these now. It gives me these sort of feelings each time I see a new subscriber or somebody, or a bunch of people watch one of my videos because it, turns up in the YouTube algorithm. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Grub, say bye. He hates it. He hates it. Bye.